Yes, sir.
Did Judas Iscariot go to hell for betraying Jesus?
Great question. Did Judas Iscariot go to hell because he betrayed Jesus? No.
But why not? He had no choice. And it was already predestined what was going to happen. God already knew that he was going to betray Jesus when Jesus came to earth.
Okay. And yet I would argue that Judas Iscariot did not have to betray Jesus. We read that the devil prompted Judas Iscariot. In other words, the devil did not propel Judas Iscariot. The devil prompted him. In other words, Judas Iscariot was tempted to betray Christ. He didn't have to. He chose to. Now, you're right. God knew he would do it. Well, God knows what I'm going to do as well. Not because God has programmed me a certain way, but because God's perspective is outside of time. God sees all of history at one glance, is my understanding. Therefore, God sees what I will freely choose to do tomorrow, and God saw that Judas Iscariot would betray Christ. Now, Judas and Peter are a fascinating contrast. Judas Iscariot betrayed Christ for 30 pieces of silver. Peter denied knowing Christ 3 times. Both were overcome with a sense of guilt. The difference is Judas Iscariot turned to despair, went out and hanged himself. He took the 30 pieces of silver, he threw them back at the feet of Christ, and he went out and hanged himself. Peter, on the other hand, after denying Christ, turned back to Christ for forgiveness. All of us are either like Judas or we're like Peter. All of us know at times guilt. We know that we've done wrong. Then we choose how we handle our guilt. Suppress it, turn to despair, rationalize it away, or else, like Peter, we allow our guilt to drive us to Christ for forgiveness. Confession of sin is fascinating. Before World War II, Winston Churchill banged away on the English people. There's a crook ruling Germany. Corporal Hitler is a demon. The English people thought that Churchill was extremist, fanatical. The English people refused to believe that there was a crook in power in Nazi Germany. Why? Why couldn't they see what Hitler was up to? I think there are a lot of reasons, not the least of which is they'd just gone through World War I. They couldn't believe that someone of Hitler's nature was really going to lead Germany to do what Germany did. They lived in denial. And then finally, when Hitler invaded Poland, and then when he finally started his blitzkrieg on London, they couldn't escape that what Churchill had warned about was true. Corporal Hitler was a demon. You and I as human beings find it very difficult to face the truth, particularly the truth about ourselves. I'm always being defensive. I'm always trying to justify what I do. To confess to you that I really have a perverted motivation is very difficult, because I'm afraid you'll judge me and reject me and won't accept me any longer. But the Bible insists that confession of sin is crucial, because it's being honest. It's facing reality. And Jesus says it's more important to be honest with yourself, to be honest with God, to be honest with others, to come clean, than it is to wear a mask or to run away from reality. That's why confession of sin is so crucial, because it's being honest with God, it's being honest with myself. And Jesus says, come to me, and I promise not to reject you. Come to me in humility and repentance, and I will forgive you.